Hello everyone. Good evening there. Good evening everyone. So
Good
let's
evening.
wait for 5 minutes to talk so that other people can join. Let's wait for 5 minutes and then we will start. Till then we can actually talk about if there is anyone who actually are facing some issues or want some guidance or something. Please mute yourself. If anyone want to talk, please unmute yourself and then talk. Please do let me know if you guys want to talk about anything. So today we actually are going to cover what GIS really is and how to build a progressive career in GIS and GIS. Please unmute yourself. Umar Khalil, where are you from?
Good evening, sir. I am from
Good evening.
Nigeria.
Okay, so you are from Nigeria
Yes,
and
sir.
you are a student or professional?
Sir, please, I didn't hear you correct. You said what's up?
I'm saying I'm saying, are you a student or a professional or like working right now?
Yes, I'm new student here, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Any other student, if you want to have any question, please you can ask. Let's start particularly. Please do let me know if you guys have any question for me so I can answer before we start. So, what GIS really is and how to build a progressive career in GIS plus GeoAI. Now, who am I? My name is Nagen Singh. I am the founder of Harita Hive and Matrix AI. I have trained 100 plus students and professionals in last 3 years. I started giving training to my juniors in Central University of Karnataka, particularly. And then I started building a course and offering one-to-one sessions. Still, I am still offering one-to-one sessions to two students. One is in Austria, one is in USA. My mission in Harita Hive is making India's number one of like make India number one in location intelligence, particularly 3 years of building GI systems. I have built so many platforms, so many scripts for the automations, particularly like a little task which takes more times in comparison to other tasks, and these are the repetitive tasks. So I have built few scripts, few tools, few automations tools, particularly in in GIS system. Particularly, if I talk about, I have developed a machine learning model for water. Particularly, if you go to my profile, you'll find one of my fascinating project, which I worked at the start. So this is the project, which I was working from 2018. Water quality parameters using remote sensing technology. In this project, water quality monitoring, what we are actually getting from Sentinel to image using the machine learning model. Water temperature, chlorophyll concentration, total suspended solid, dissolved organic matters, turbidity, water depth and bathymeter, water clarity and sachi depth, water color and transparency, and concentration of suspended sediments. So all these define either the water is pure or not, either water is for household or not. So we actually run this machine learning model on uh, particularly on dams. So we have taken the data sets for training the model from Gloria 2022, 2021, and 2024. And we have taken the data sets from Africa, Europe, Asia. In Asia, particularly, we have taken data from India. We have taken data from Japan, China, Taiwan, and we have taken from the Uzbekistan. Now that's all about me. Now this is the real challenges I have compiled, which actually students tell me that these are these challenges we are facing right now after graduating from the master degree. Particularly, if you face any other challenge, please do let me know in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and talk about it. If there is any, either you are professional working or not, or either you are a student or looking for a job. So, what are the challenges you are actually facing right now? So, these are the I have compiled six of them, which actually most of the learners tell me that is GIS has no future. That's completely wrong. Work is only digitization. That's also completely wrong because we have companies which are actually working on the different kind of projects. If we so say about it, then no creativity, no coding. So this is where actually you have to focus more. If you know a little bit coding or little bit analysis, then this is the page where you can learn and more about it. AI will replace GIS jobs? No, that's not the thing. So if I say about it, we'll talk about this later. AI will replace GIS jobs. Because the thing is, if I say this, so I have built a platform here. Now I have built this platform, and if I talk about the platform, right now it's taking 60 seconds, particularly like under 1 minute. It's giving the analysis for the solar farm analysis, battery energy storage system, agriculture suitability land, wind energy, urban development, mining operations, infrastructure planning. Now, this is something which actually, if I say if you have to do a manual task, then it will take 10 days to actually identify one particular location. for any of this project. So, but it is giving in within 30 seconds or within 60 seconds, particularly it's giving the result. Like if I say this here, search any location. I'm searching now on. Okay, so it's in France, 5 kilometers of excuse me. It has given me five locations. Let me download the report. I got the report here, and it also mentioned what data sets have been used, which I actually saw which I actually presented this on Friday. But I'm talking about here about the AI will replace GI jobs. No, that's not the case. Here we talk about it. So it has given me the report in within 60 seconds and the site recommendation also, summary also, key risk factors also, next step also. And also the estimated installation cost of the battery energy storage system for that particular farm. Yes, Akash. You mentioned that I don't know the basic of coding, neither I know how to create a logical sense, but it is part of GIS and I want to learn. Okay, we'll talk about this later, particularly. But this is something which actually I want to explore about uh, with all of you right now. So, if we talk about the AI will replace GIS jobs, that's not the case because I'm building this platform and I'll be hiring more than 50 students, 50 GIS experts who would be actually comparing the all the analysis given by the GeoAI, doing the research particularly, and then storing all the data. Like if I say right now we actually are creating like we actually integrated the open source data, and most of you may be aware of that most of the open source data is not correct. Particularly if we talk about it, see here. If we go to the building footprint, these are the building footprint has downloaded. I downloaded it from the open source. So if we zoom to this location here, you'll see the issue. These are not the correct. See, the building is here, and even the shape is not perfect because if we zoom onto it, here is the gap in between these two buildings here. The picture is not clear right now, so that's why we are not able to see. But there is a gap between these two buildings here. Same for other purpose here. Like there are thousands of like more than 50, 55 buildings are missing here. And also not covering the full part. See. So now if we talk about the mapping work. So we are not actually doing the digitization in this how GIA will not replace your job because you will be training the GIA. Every person will train the GeoAI in terms of water sector, in terms of urban planning, in terms of road network analysis, crime mapping analysis, and there are the data. Like no one actually do it giving the open source data which is actually correct. We talk about most of the big buildings are might be perfect here, but no, this is also not perfect because in between there is a gap. So I downloaded the southern part of the data, southern India data part here. Now, I'll come to this later on. No real projects to learn from. That's not the thing because you have to build the projects. There are thousands of the projects. You can actually do the water analysis. You can actually do urban analysis. You can do the road and network analysis, traffic analysis. You can build the 3D model of any particular. Let's for an example, there is a golden temple in Amritsar, Taj Mahal in Agra. There are thousands of the pictures available for the Taj Mahal. You can use those pictures to build the 3D model, particularly. And other than that, you can actually do the crime mapping analysis. And for the crime mapping analysis, it, like go to the nearest police station and ask them to give you the data to the crime. For an example, last 5 years data or 10 years data. Do not ask for the confidential data, particularly if I talk about the confidential data. So the confidential data are like the murder, rapes, and the POSCO, like the crimes under like for the POSCO and all the other sectors. You can ask for the crimes for the like you can ask other data, particularly like for thieves and for other cases, I would say, and you can do the crime analysis for that area. Other than that, you can download the data for weather analysis. You can download the data for air quality, and there's noise pollution. How do you know how they calculate the noise pollution? So if I talk about there is a city, Muradabad. Is the second most noise pollution polluted city globally. So it's the second global. In global, it is the second city, particularly. So how they actually calculate this, the 114 decibels? Do the research for it, download the data for it, and do the mapping for it. There are thousands of the projects available. Companies just want button clickers. No, that's not the thing. Companies want a real skills, particularly. And there is a dilemma, which is actually most of the students says that in India there are only the digitization polygon drawing shape files using QGIS to doing manual tasks, repetitive tasks. This is not the actual GIS is. The GIS, what you actually think, that's the 5% of GIS. The real GIS, if we talk about, let me talk about this thing here. So, what actual GIS is? GIS is equal to location plus data plus intelligence. Means every GIS, geospatial data is related to location. We always try to understand why. It's not why actually where, but there is also a point where we ask for the why. Like why the only cyclone is occurred in the eastern coast of India, not in the western coast of India. This why is also included in it. And there are thousands of projects. Spatial analysis is what a GIS actually is. Remote sensing, database plus SQL, automation with Python, WebGIS dashboards. Now, when I say this WebGIS dashboard, so there are thousands of the sectors which need GIS. Every sector we use GIS particularly. And here, if I say, okay, for the every sector, if I talk about, so for an example, I don't know the GIS, but I'm saying I'm giving you one data that okay, I have this 100 per 100 data in CSV format. Use this data and build me a dashboard. So the GIS guy, guy who only knows how to digitize particularly. He will use the data particularly in automation, like in the Python, in the QGIS, and that person will all try to actually do like making a map out of the CSV data and then try to explain that map to the end user. But end user does not know how what is GIS is, but he's giving you the point location data into CSV format. So you can use the WebGIS dashboard. The WebGIS dashboard means like you don't actually need to build a web platform. If I talk about, you can actually use Power BI, you can use Excel, you can actually use those locations, and you can integrate Mapbox, integrate other mapping softwares. You can actually integrate the Google Map into it for the base map, and you can show it into a dashboard. Then GIS models, cloud-based systems. These are the future. And there is another term which actually in India that no one is talking about, which is the cyber GIS. But in particularly, if I say in US, yes, people are using a cyber GIS term. They're actually building a cyber GIS in their companies, so that, for an example, one of you are working on some of the project, and I want to have an access on that project. So I'll use those particular data into my computer. You'll do the changes, but uh, I would say like you'll do the changes, you'll be working on that project, but I will be able to see the what you are doing actually. If cyber GIS is particularly a remote opportunity to everyone in the world. Industry applications, there are more than 90 industries, I would say. When people say, okay, there are the only few jobs only, but that is not the thing. There are more than 95, 90 sectors where actually GIS is right now currently using it. Smart cities, agriculture, water, infrastructure, utilities, excuse me, disaster management, climate analysis, insurance and risk, and ESG and sustainability. Now, have you ever imagined? Please do let me know in the chat. Have you ever imagined that the GIS can be used in the insurance sector, in health sector, in landscaping sector? There are thousands of the sector where actually GIS is using. Now, let me show you something which actually I wanted to show you from the start. So I have built a few things here. I just wrote some script here so that you can actually understand this. So I'm changing the symbology of water. Let's change it to red. For natural, I'm just changing it to like for your understanding, not for my understanding. Like what I have built it. For building, I'm choosing the other color. Let's let's choose yeah, like blue for this. Now for waterways, I'm choosing this color. For railways, I'm choosing railways red color. For roads, mm, let's choose green. For natural points, choose blue. Okay. Now focus on this here. Water is red, natural is in this symbology, building is in this color, and then these are. Now this is not looking perfect. Now, if I run this here, with what I have done is in this, I actually put the information in it where to set fill colors, set stroke color according to the name, road, street, highway, and then I have chosen the colors here, which are the symbolic color for this particularly. So if I run this here, see here, water is blue, natural is green, building is in gray, water is in blue, railway is in green, road is in orange, and then point is in this here. Now let me show you. So these are the repetitive tasks we do every day. See, these are the repetitive tasks we actually do every day. This is water. Perfect. Here. See. Now natural. Okay. Here it is natural. Yeah. So the natural actually is in the open source. It is for the encouragement areas. Building. Building is gray now. Waterways is blue. Railways is in green here. Road is in orange and the natural point. Now, this is actually what I did is I write in this code that whatever the name of the layer, accordingly it will assign the color to every layer. And it is available on my GitHub. I'll share the link to you. You can actually use in your projects. And it's working in QGIS, it's working in the ArcGIS, it's working in the global map or map info. And you can use it for any future reference. Particularly, you don't have if you have thousands of the layers in the QGIS or ArcGIS or any software, and you're working on more than like let's for an example, more than 5 layers, you don't have to change the color accordingly. You can use this automated script, and you can use this script for the automate the colors symbology particularly. Now, if I say this here, what I did is in this here, I wrote this to actually filter the highway on these. Now, I don't have the data in here for the field highway. In the attribute field, I don't have any data particularly for this here, but there are more than, well, I think more than 3 crore 32 lakhs something, no, 33 lakh 27,500 data. That's the data we have. And if we cover the whole India, then data would be high and you will not be able to do it. So you just run this code. Now it says make sure you have a line layer loaded with a highway field. If it will not have a highway field, then it will not work. Particularly, it is for filtering the highway and like adding the counts of the highway also. How many layers are there? Is it something which is very actually? 1 second, guys. Yeah. So is it something which is you feel that necessary for you working on any kind of data? Like if you have to write this code, you can change it a little bit. You can actually customize this code according to your needs, and you can actually use it. So if you are working on a more major highways or major data, which is particularly for the larger data sets, you can actually use the automation in that. And then we have this here, which is very essential for everyone, which is actually very essential for this one, which is actually to check a null geometries in your any layer. So if I run this here, it's working on roads right now, and then it will give the result for road, railways, waterways, building, natural water, all those layers here. And it will also calculate the area in meter square. It will calculate all the areas of your polygon layers into the meter square. And now, if you have to merge the data for, let's for an example, Maharashtra state or Tamil Nadu state, any state. And if I say this, for Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu, at least 20 Sentinel-2 images will be required. And if you want to merge all those images, and you have only 8 GB of RAM, and you're actually having a small hardware, like the configuration of your laptop is not that much good, uh, particularly, and software will not be able to actually fix that issue. Or maybe your software will not, like QGIS or GIS, whatever software, if your hardware is not compatible with the software, then it will not be able to merge the data which you actually are working on a larger data sets. How you can do it? You don't need the software. You can just run the Python script into your command prompt, and you can merge all those data. You just need to put one folder, one like all the data into one folder, and you just put the command and give the output folder into your local storage, and you can actually use that data. You can usually use the automation file to actually merge all those 20 25 Sentinel-2 images or any other satellite images, and it will not actually affect your hardware. It will not actually require any software, and it will also give you the option to actually, if you actually if you want to overlap images for like 10 meter or 50 meter, those options you have available in that, and it works the same like any other software. So you can use automation in that particular thing. Of course, it will not be easy for me to write, to actually give you how to write the script here, because for that you have to learn about, uh, 1 second. Let me give you the picture so you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay, 1 second. Of course, it is possible to learn anything, but the only thing is, like, how we learn English language. We try to learn the alphabets first, and then we try to structure that particular sentences and try to understand what is subject, what is verb, what is the object in that particular sentence, and that's how we learn the English language. Same way to learn the Python scripting, and like not scripting. Scripting is when you make the full paragraph, but to learn the Python, you have to understand the data structure, you have to understand the loops, you have to understand functions, you have to understand the errors, and you have to understand uh, all the all the uh, all the structure of the Python language. And then after that, you will be able to do it. If you know how to what's the structure of the Python language, where to put data, what data sets, where to put the loops, where to actually what is the variable in that particular script, what is the particular function in that group, in that script, then yes, you will be able to do it. That's the very foundation of the programming language. I'm not talking about the Python only. For any language, you have to understand the structure of the Python. Yes, Akash, you will be learning in JSP the Technology Unlocked program, but I'm not here to actually talk about that program here. But we'll talk about that later, right now. So this is what you can actually do in the Python automation. This is like what I'm here is showing you. That's like 0.01%, which you can do from the Python. You can use symbology, you can use colors, you can do the clipping of larger data sets. For example, here, if I have the road network for all India, if I say for all India, and if I go to here vector and I try to clip from this tool, it will take me at least 10 minutes to actually perform that function here, the clip function, because my hardware is having only 8 GB RAM, and it's not there might be a possibility that my QGIS will crash or any other software if I'll use that will crash because the larger data sets. But if I use the Python here for the Python script and clip that area particularly from the boundary of India, then yes, I will be able to do it particularly, and I will be able to do it in 5 minutes, half of the time with the same hardware, and it will not give you any error particularly. So here it says layer is not polygon, skipping area calculation. Open attribute table. If I here see, it's adding the another file which is area meter square. Now it's working on it, so it will not give you the output here. It has just completed the road. It says no null geometry, no null or empty geometry is found. Area midfield not found, creating it. Layer is not polygon, skipping area calculation. Now it will give the analysis for another layer, which is railway, then waterways, then building, then natural, and then the water. So you can do the topological checking through the automation. You can actually do everything through the automation. And why Python changed everything. So if we talk about the Python, here Python is like a machine gun to a army personnel. Without their gun, they are nothing. They cannot fight. Same in GIS, particularly, like you can use the digitization work, but if you want to actually do the analysis for anything, you need Python language to do the analysis. So I'm working on this one here, which is farmland intelligence. I'm fixing this issue. There are a little bit issue in here. For an example, if I search, type any name of your village, particularly. Give me the name of your village, anyone or area, your local area, so I can show you something here. Okay, Jalandhar. So we have the Jalandhar city here. Let's take any of the agriculture area. Let's take this farm. gathering satellite imagery for you. Your field report is ready. In 30 seconds, I got the field report. Crop health is 78%, water status is 65%, soil quality is 72%. Here, northern block 0.78%, 0.72. Eastern corner is 0.58%, and southern section is 0.74. Now, eastern corner. So it is actually giving you this corner here, the eastern corner. You guys may be aware of the on the map, north is always on this side here. So north, south corner, west, and then east. The east corner is giving this output here that it is this section shows early sign of stress. The plants might need extra attention and so on. So this is what actually you can do with the automation. Although this is not under the Harita Hive, we are actually mentioning the Harita Hive, but this is the platform for the Matrix AI in US. So we actually building it for the US company. Now, before going to here, WebGIS is the future. Let me show you something. So this is my company in the US, which is Matrix AI. We incorporated last month, and we actually are in talk. We actually have onboarded one investor from US, and we are actually working on this Matrix AI to actually give them the site suitability analysis, which I talk about: solar farm, battery energy system, agriculture, wind energy, urban development, mining infrastructure. Other than that, what we are actually doing is we are doing the property risk analysis and disaster management and global coverage. Now, if any one of you want to start your own company, please do reach out to me. Maybe I can help you out in this because if I say I started with the minimum investment and now I'm doing good. So if I talk about this here, insurance risk management. So you guys may be aware of the that in the US every property does have the insurance, and that is because there are the more natural calamities. There are tornadoes, there are floods, there are tsunamis, there are high winds, there are wildfires in California, particularly in the east. So if I say I don't search the locations on the map. I have that kind of intelligence that I can go to any state and any. If I show you my company, so my company is in Dover City with, so that's our office and that's our register address here. This one, 1111B, 1111B. That's our address of the company. And this is our office here. So if we talk about this here, so in this part of the US, Northern Carolina, Southern Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania. So these are the high risk zones, particularly in this corner, and the western coast here, which is Oregon and then California. These also are the highest natural calamity zones because of the wildfires. So what Matrix is doing for them? So Matrix actually doing a risk analysis, like if you want to buy a property. So you just put the address on our platform. And our platform will give you the analysis within 5 kilometer radius or 10 kilometer radius, which you have to define. What would be the is it comes under any environmental impact zones or not? Is it comes under any like risk zones or not? Or what would be the future predictable market price for that property in next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Now, It is also giving the actual price to the insurance companies that okay, this house should be compensated in between this range. So they insure that house on that range particularly, and that take minimum minimum like maximum 1 day to actually process all the insurance. I like initially these insurance companies were taking more than 21 days to actually give the insurance of of to that particular house. And for the settlement, if there is any disaster for the settlement also, they were taking more than month. Now, the matrix is giving them the analysis on the post damage. What how much area is damaged by the natural calamities, what was the price that that house was covered for the insurance, and how much should we give the settlement to the house owner. So that's what we are building in the Matrix AI, and we have actually onboarded 27 clients till now. So I just wanted to say about the Matrix, what we actually doing at the Matrix AI. So WebGIS is the future. Now, when I talk about the WebGIS, Matrix AI is a WebGIS platform. We actually not having any software. We actually offering this software as a WebGIS. So we actually offering a WebGIS software integrating 100 and plus 105 countries data into it. We have uh, we have got the sign. We have got the agreement from France. We have got the agreement from Austria. We have got the agreement from Germany, Poland, Portugal. We have got the agreement from Morocco, uh, Spain. We have got the agreement from Milan, like Italy, and then we have got the agreement from Malta. So these agreement we have signed with the government there, and we actually using the open source, not open source, the national geoportals onto our platform to actually give the real data to the end users. Now, before going to the WebGIS, like next slide, I wanted to talk about something in February. So obviously we are actually offering the courses in Hive, but that is not something we actually I wanted to talk about. For Hive, we have three segments. One is the courses we are offering, and why I started offering the courses so that actually we can hire the we ourselves can hire most of the students to our require to fulfill our requirement. But when I talk about the WebGIS here, so in February, one of my clients reached out to me. He was referred by my old client in France, and he reached out to me that Nagadra, I have something for you. I want to actually give you like to build something to actually do the project for the analysis and for the site suitability. We actually want to have you select 5 locations for our project in particular city. I said, okay, I'll do that. And manually, it took me around 9 days to actually do the site analysis platform and giving the deliverables to him. Now, I thought this is something which can be done by automation. And I asked him, is it possible for you to provide me the National Geoportal link, like your login ID and password? So he mentioned that I have someone in the National Geoportal National agency who can actually give the agreement for it. We talked to them. I didn't charge anything to him for that project, and he gave me those data from France. I built it the site suitability analysis. Now he is using my platform every day, like not every day actually for every project. He is actually doing this, and for every project he actually transferring me 1,500 euro, which is like 1.5 lakh. So this is the power of automation. Earlier I used to actually uh, pick the projects which are for 100 euro, 150 euro, and now I don't pick projects less than 1,000. So what we actually doing here. What is GeoAI? GeoAI is GIS plus ML plus deep learning and LLMs here. So if I talk about this here, this report has been generated by the OpenAI, the ChatGPT. I have integrated the ChatGPT into my platform so that ChatGPT can give me the full detailed report in it after the analysis. See here, operational readiness 78%, 64 hectare, 5 sites found, 84% grid connectivity, 32,997 that is the cost is going to build that project. Overall suitability 78%. Now here I have the GIS because I'm using the GIS data. All the data on the France government they have provided me. Machine learning. I did some automation scripts so that it can use it can actually use the machine learning model to actually to analyze those data to find that particular data for that particular location, and then I integrated deep learning into it to analyze all the output, all the particular for the particular area, creating a buffer of that area, then doing the analysis, and then with the help with the GIS itself, and then LLM is doing the report. So you can do there are thousands of applications: building road extraction, land cover classification, flood sustainability, damage assessment, climate risk, spatial reasoning. Then this is what I built it, and I personally recommend to everyone who's out there want to actually like if I talk about in India, if you actually want to have a 12 lakh of salary in like from next year, just give minimum 6 months, maximum 10 months it takes to actually acquire these skills. If you actually can do this by your own yourself, I can provide you the open source resources where you can learn. There are thousands of Python courses available on YouTube. You can use those and learn from it. But this is the course career roadmap. I actually personally used it for my upgrading the skills. GIS Foundation. So why foundation is necessary for everyone? You should actually like when I did my BSc, it was 2018 and 7 years back. So I don't remember the foundation. I don't remember the definitions. I don't remember what I need. What I remember actually is what is GIS, what is remote sensing, how we use it. This is only the basic I remember. But when we talk about the JS Foundation, we should be actually collect all like to restore all the knowledge back from your college time. How we do like what are the special and important tools in GIS in vector format? In what are the important tools in raster format? What are the softwares which are freely available? So if I say this right now here, put the chat in the chat how many softwares you know in the GIS, geospatial technology. I'm talking about the geospatial. So GIS, remote sensing, I've drawn everything. So what are the softwares you actually use or know about it? Put it in the chat. Put the numbers like 5, 10, 12, 12. Okay, Jannat, 4. Anyone else? 6. Okay, then 4. Do you want to talk about it? And how many of you know that how many of you are confident that okay I have the expertise on 3 softwares 5 softwares and 8 softwares. When I'm talking about the expertise you should be able to use every tool in it. QES and LGS. Okay, So if I talk about myself, back in 2018, I had expertise on 17 softwares when I actually landed a job. So I had 17 softwares. If I talk about, I still, I can remind, I can actually talk about those. ArcGIS one was the one, QGIS was the one, and third global mapper, fourth was Map Info, fifth was NV, GIS particularly. Sixth was the Rhinoceros, seventh was the AutoCAD, eighth was the Map 3D or something. No, yeah, so I can remember seven out of them. Out of 17, I can remember seven, and I can actually work on those seven still because till last year I was working as a full-time employee. So just give yourself 6 to 10 months. Maximum is the 10 months. So I have taken here the total, which is 1.5 and 3. So that is 4.5 and 2.5, that is 7, and then 3. So 10 months is the maximum time you need. And if we talk about the minimum, so I'm taking here the Barry Wigner, who actually started from the scratch. So 1 and 2, that is 3 to 5 and to 7. So 7 months you need in minimum, and the maximum is 10 months you need for this to gain actually access and to land a job, at least with 1 lakh salary per month. So you need to give yourself 10 months. And I can guarantee you that you will be able to land a job in your market. And that was like, if, it doesn't matter if you are in Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, New Delhi, Noida, Lucknow, Chandigarh, doesn't matter. I cannot guarantee for the Dehradun right now because Dehradun does not have a market. But yes, other than that, these are the cities where actually the GIS is. Kolkata is also there, and there are the few companies in Kolkata which actually are offering a good salaries. So give yourself, uh, I would say, give yourself this 7 to 8 months. Now, talk about what companies actually want in 2025. So, GIS plus RS, which is remote sensing fundamentals. Yes, fundamental is required. Even me also started from the digitization. I did digitization for 3 to 4 months in the start. Then Python, SQL PostGIS, APIs, WebGIS, automation workflow, problem solving ability, and 3 to 4 strong projects. So when we are talking about here a refined portfolio, which means you may be aware of, most of you maybe must be working right now. So you may be aware of this, that when you are working, no employer can give you the access to actually export or have the access to the projects you have developed in during your work time. For an example, you are working in Map My India, and you're actually working on road network analysis. Okay, so if you're working on a road network analysis, how many of you have the portfolio built on those projects? Please write in the chat. Let me show you something. This is the PDF I have. We actually work on this, and I was working under the Pan India Consultant Private Limited that time. So we actually applied for this, and we did a few small projects for the NHAI, and we were giving this final PPT to them. Introduction, information, methodology we used, digitizing the center line, then creating a 100-meter challenge, and then all the major steps I have written here. And then here, now the final output. Does it look like similar to you? Like, do you know what it is and what we are doing in this project? Anyone? We were actually giving them the optional, like you can see here, on every 100 meter, there is a point. Now, what we were actually giving this project to them so that they can analyze where is the greenery more required based on these red points, these red here, which is the population data integrated into it, like making a green zones, particularly for the highways. And this is the multiple accident corner here, the multiple accident. 1100, 1200. In a 100 meter stretch, there were multiple accident, and we got this data particularly like this is a new highway which they are building. So for this area, we actually use the old data, which was there. Like there was a local state highway was there, so there were thousands of the accident were reported on that particular corner. Then we put the methodology in it, and then overview of the final here. These red points here, these green points here. I cannot zoom right now, but an outcome here. Improved highway data management, enhanced accident analysis, data-driven decision making, greening of highways, monitoring environmental impact, efficient resource allocation, enhanced visualization communication, and encouraging further research and development. And I always, thank you, Nagin Singh. I always say to everyone, like when you are working on a project, please try to find the objective behind that project. So you will be understand what you are building, what you are doing. Portfolio project ideas, there are the 7 ideas which are actually you can do it, and those are fairly available. Even if you go to a Google Earth engine. Okay, I'll register myself later. But if you go to my profile, you'll see thousands of the projects, which is the 10-meter land cover, Atne, Austin, Austria land cover. I have worked on thousands of the projects, which is Pune, Patan, New Delhi, Himalayan Range, DSM NCR, Strasbourg, Tehri Dam, reprocessing. These are the projects I have done. But I'm not talking about this thing here. Now, how you can learn particularly. 1 second. Yeah. So if you don't know how to actually you cannot write any code right now, and you want to actually use it, the Google Earth engine, you can go here. You can uh, you can go here and you can search for the data sets, ready to use data sets here. Now, these are the data sets available: climate, surface temperature, atmospheric weather, and then image the Landsat Sentinel-2. Now, if you go to here, Sentinel-2, explore Sentinel-2. Now, in this, you'll find a multispectral instrument. Now, you have the code here. Copy this code, go to the code engine, and then change the location and change the date. Just pre-filter the location, change the date for here, and then you can download for it. There few things need to change, and you can use other tools also to actually one sec, to actually work on it. So there are thousands of the projects available, ideas available. If you don't know how you can build a portfolio, go to the geofabric.de, and on the geofabric.de, go to the download. There are the backend data available for every city. Particularly, I would not recommend for the Asia. If you are building a portfolio, go for the Europe, go for the America, North America, or Europe, and the data is in the Europe is perfect actually. You can use any data, Germany or any country, and you can download for any city. Like here is not city, they have the regions particularly. So you can use for Berlin, Hamburg, Bremen. Then these are the locations you can and it shows you the location here on the map. Here you can see it, is it like southern Germany or not, eastern Germany, western Germany. You can use the location on this here. Highlight the location on the map here. Use those data in QGIS, which data I was showing you. That's from the open source only. So use those data, build the portfolios. If you don't know what portfolios, let me show you something. See, this is the 3D city model of Gurdwara in Jaipur, which I built particularly. So my manager actually granted a permission for me to actually record this. So I did record this. But it was during my work particularly. So I built this 3D model of Gurdwara in Jaipur. Then this portfolio, this is the project I have done, which is the GIS location from location A to location B in Bangalore for February 2020, and the timing is also there. Like build these type of projects. There are other projects. If you'll go to my LinkedIn back in 2022 or 21, you will see thousands of the projects I have built, and that's how I landed my project particularly. I cannot show you the messages I got from my client on LinkedIn, but because that will be a breach of privacy. But I have built a portfolio with 35 clients, and I don't have. I would not say that I have 10 years of experience. If I say I have 5.5 years of experience in GIS, 3 years of experience in the navigation, which is totally different from GIS. It was at the seaport, and I was actually tracking down all the ships and all. So that was like more like a GPS work, not particularly a GIS work. But in GIS, I have worked around 5.5 years. If I did not like add this 1 year of my experience as a founder, you can build your portfolios. You can reach out to me. Yeah, there are Google Earth Engine AI assistants also available. Thank you, Palakesh. Now, before going to, so this is what we actually are offering in our flagship program. Daily live classes, Monday to Friday, industry data sets, real projects, mentor guidance, tool access. Recordings are also available for the future reference. You will be having access to the recordings till next year, next like after completing your course. The course is for 120 working days. That would be like 100 working days. So every month there are 22 working days, and in every month there are 1 or 2 holidays is also there. So the course is all is designed for like 100 working days. That is means like for 5 months, and you will be having access to the next 7 months. So in complete, you'll be having access to the recordings for 1 year. Actual price, we actually decided to actually have a price of 14,999. But today till 10 o'clock, we actually offering a discount for 20%, which is 11,999. You can use this, you can take the screenshot and do the payment. The Harita have obviously tabulated. What you will be getting in a bonus, that is, we will be building your resume, fixing your resume starting, portfolio build and review, and then one-to-one doubt session with me on every Sunday. So I want to make it clear. I have the instructors who are taking classes from Monday to Friday, and on Sunday I'm available for one-to-one sessions, which is actually offering. We are offering, and we actually are launching our third batch tomorrow. So if any one of you interested to join, I would recommend to join you. If you actually not giving up on learning, and if you are not actually afraid of doing an investment on your learning, so I would recommend you to actually join the course. If not, it's now we have built something which is we have done earlier also, which is 5 day satisfaction guarantee. You join, attend 5 days classes. If you are not happy, 100% refund, no question asked. You can ask for the refund. You can email the request for refund for 5 days. After 5 days, and we will process your refund. So in total, if we talk about the pricing, in total we actually offering you 22,499, which is actually I charge 2,500 for one-to-one sessions on Sunday. And other than that, there are the review build resume portfolio. If you go to any resume builder or any expert of resume or portfolio builder, they will charge you at least 6,000 rupees. So we are offering that too into it. Okay, now I'm stopping the recording. Uh, if any one of you have any question, you can ask about the course, not about the course, about your career, about your future, what you think right now, what are the market value, what are the salaries you are getting right now, and what you are expecting. So I cannot promise you that okay, after our course that you will be landing a job for 1.5 lakh per month. But yes, I can give you that guarantee that after completing the course, if you give your 100% to the course, if you attend the course, and if you do all the capstone projects every time, every month, then yes, you will be able to build your portfolio, you will be able to build your resume, and we will be able to guarantee you that you will be landing. If you are right now, if you are earning 25,000 rupees, we can guarantee you that you will be landing a job with at least 45 to 50,000 rupees. That I can give you guarantee for. Tentative timing of the classes are in the evening only. We actually offering one-to-one sessions in the morning and afternoon, but that is not for you guys. That is for we have the students from USA, we have the students from Austria, we have the students from Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. So we actually offering the courses to them in the daytime. But for Indian students, we are offering the batches in the evening. And this third batch will start from 7 o'clock in the evening to 8:30. And we can make it to 7:15, but we cannot actually uh, start in the later on because we have the another batch from 9 o'clock. And if we talk about the instructors, let me show their profiles. You can actually reach out to them and have any question about the course, you can ask. So if anyone interested right now, you can do the payment and you can ask, reach out to me for the process of registering for the course. So we have our instructor Park Singh. He is having 3.5 years of experience, but he is right now he's earning around 15 lakh rupees salary. Uh, and he is teaching ArcGIS Enterprise course to our student. Other than that, we have Dr. Siddhi Garg. She is teaching the track 2 and track 3 in the course, and she is PhD holder from Banaras Hindu University. She is handling the track 2 and track 3. Track 4, which is the GeoAI, I will be the one who will be teaching the GeoAI 4 track. Or I will be, if I will not be having any time for that. So I will be actually, I have few candidates for the instructor roles. I'll hire them for the track 4. Other than that, we have uh, Akshay Bansal. He is teaching the track 1, which is the foundation, and he completed his education and worked in Germany. Now he is back to India. He completed his master from University of Munster and the PG diploma from IIRS, Dehradun. So these are our instructor. If you have any other questions for the instructor or timing or anything, you can ask about it, and you can reach out to me on WhatsApp group, or you can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn or WhatsApp. So if anyone of you want to have a talk about anything, you can talk. We have still 11 minutes to complete. After 11 minutes, this session will be closed. I'm stopping the recording right now.